I'm curious about God. I'm curious about his life. I'm curious about God's existence. What's that like to be God? We don't know anything about him. I think one reason people don't believe in him because we don't have a sense of God, because it doesn't say anything anymore. He used to talk all the time. He used to go up to people on the street, hey, I'm writing on the rocks. Look at that! Do it! And it was confused. Everybody's like, oh, okay, trying to figure it out. And then for 2,000 years, he just, nothing, says nothing. And everybody's fighting. He could clear a lot of shit up with a 5-minute press conference. If God spoke for 5 minutes, he'd solve a lot of problems. He'd just show up, all right, everybody, yeah, I'm the Lord, okay. Real quick. First of all, Mormons just no. What is that? Just go home. Also, Jews with the little things, what the fuck, I don't know. Put a hat on or don't, nobody gives a shit. This is weird, I hate these. I hate them. I send everybody with one of those to hell every day. I do, it's just my thing, just so you know. Do what you want, but that's where you're going. Now you know. Also, I don't care who you fuck, I don't care. It never mattered. It was Adam and Eve and Steve, they were all fucking each other. I was jerking off to it, it was a great time. So it's not an issue for me. I don't know why it is for you. Have fun and use all the holes, that's what I say. Also, you're supposed to fuck the animals. That's why I made them. Why are you not fucking the animals? There's only like 30,000 of you fucking the animals. What are the rest of you? You're eating them? That's disgusting. What is wrong with you? How could you eat a perfectly fuckable pig? Saith the Lord. I had a dream the other night. I had a dream that I was a little Japanese girl. I did. I'm not usually somebody else in my dream, but in this dream I was way not me. I was a little 7-year-old Japanese girl. And I remember I was like walking around and I was scared because there's these guys with swords and they were cutting the heads off of children. And I was like, oh, scared. Oh, it's a man with a sword. I mean, I can't help, it's a dream. I can't help. I dream in black and white and stereotypes. I can't help it. Oh, I'm so scared. And the guys with the swords are like, whoa, whoa, and they're cutting the heads off of children. I was like, oh. But also, they have these chocolate coconut donuts. And they're eating them. And I was like, oh. But also I was like, oh, I want one of those fucking donuts. Like the real, I wanted to really ask them for a donut. But I was scared of having my head cut off. So I guess it just means be yourself. I think that's what the dream meant. That's as much as I could figure out about it.
Yeah. I also had a house break-in. This is a true story, right? Me and another comic called Steve Hughes were sitting at home, and I kid you not, this is what happened. 2 guys came through the window, one with a hammer, one with a machete. If you look at the side of my head, I got like a scar there.
Yeah.
They cut my head, right? They tied us up and all that type of stuff. Then they drove off out of my house, and they got caught speeding in my car before we'd ever made the call or whatever, right? They're now serving 12 years in prison for grievous bodily harm, aggravated burglary, attempted rape, and possession of... Wait.
You can't gloss over that. You can't just have that as part of your list.
I forgot to mention my girlfriend was in the house.
Wow.
If I can't say the N-word on radio, I thought I couldn't get away with getting into graphic details about that.
Listen to us, it's like, oh, it's your girlfriend. All right. That's not a true thing. That's not a true thing. We thought you got raped. His roommate or something.
Why attempted? Was he nervous or what?
No, because they left before and they held the knife to her throat, and the cops just want to put it... They also got him for possession of drugs, right? Which was brilliant because they were my drugs, right?
They stole your drugs.
They stole like a little bag of weed and a gram of coke that my flatmate had, right? And the cops are questioning us, and they go, Mr. Jeffries, one last thing. Do you know anything about those drugs?
Oh, yeah, you're going to admit to that in a second.
And I went, no, I don't know anything about them. And the cop goes, funny, your fingerprints are all over them. And I went, they made me touch it.
That's the attempted rape.
That's
probably how they got caught. They're like,
what's that, sorry?
He knew, but he just let it go.
Yeah, the cops were laughing about it afterwards, right? And these two blokes got 12 years, man. That's a long sentence. And the thing is, when they broke into our house, they thought we were drug dealers, me and me other mate, the other guy. They thought we were drug dealers because, well, I have the lifestyle of a drug dealer. I never seem to go to work. I drive a nice car. If someone knocks on the door at 3 PM, I'll answer in my underwear, eating a bowl of cereal.
That's drug
you know what I mean? That's drug dealer behaviour, right?
Or comedian.
Comedian. And they just assume, and they came in. And when they were tying me up, I thought they were going to tie everyone else up in the house, right? So I acted like they were doing it a bit tight on my wrist so that when everyone else was tied up, I could break free and do some of my ninja moves, right? But that turned out they only tied me up and kept me hostage.
You know, when they got pulled over, that's probably how they got caught, was the drugs, because they got pulled over and it's just speeding. It's just, okay, and then we're going to search the car. Oh, there's drugs here. Those aren't mine. Whose are they? They belong to the guy who I just tied up and tried to rape his girlfriend. Oops.
Yeah, they went for a big high-speed chase. There's at one stage during the break. I can speak about this now. The court case over, right? One stage during the case, right? I'm on the ground tied up, and my head's been cut, and my other flatmate's laying on the ground. My girlfriend's laying under the duvet in the bed. The nicer one out of the two blokes, right, good guy, right, he walks over to, like, the chest of drawers, and I've got, like, pictures of my nephews and nieces, and he picks up one of the pictures, he goes, either you guys got kids, right, and my best mate, he doesn't have a kid, goes, 5-year-old boy, and I thought, I'm laying on the ground bleeding, they're going to kill me now, I'm the one they're going to kill.
Yeah, because he's got kids. No, it's my kid lying.
Yeah, so I went, 4-year-old girl, and then we tried to trump each other, right? And I swear to God,
I'm pregnant.
Yeah, my mate goes, my one's retarded.
No way.
I kid you not.
And the guys with the machete going,
Why did he cut your head? How did that happen?
What happened was, I've also got a scar on top of my finger. And there was one guy who's really sadistic with a machete. It was like a sugar cane cutting one, like a big curved sort of 2 foot 2 inch thing. And they tied me up head to feet. And then my mate sort of made a bit of a sort of a lunge at him, trying to fucking, sorry, trying to fix. My mate made a bit of a lunge at him, trying to fix all the problem and all that type of stuff. So the guy said, "Don't do that again," and sliced the side of my head, right? And then blood was pumping out of my head just into like a puddle in front of me, and I'm tied up. And you think you'd be really nervous, but under that much pressure, the human brain just leaves. Like literally, my head was just going, da, 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 da. Right? I was like, nothing had happened at all. My girlfriend's crying under the thing, and then he tied me up with the power cord from my girlfriend's hair straighteners. And then when they cut me free, she didn't cry when they said they were going to rape her, right? But when she saw that power cord was cut, she was upset. She was like, you can only get this brand in America. I had to order away for these. I swear to God this story is true. I'm not making this up.
So how they said they were going to rape her and they just left?
They were doing it more to taunt us why they were in the house. I don't think they ever really were, but the cops just wanted to slap as much on them.
Wow. They should. Good. Good. A machete. Good.
So you need guns in... You need guns in your house.
Yeah.
Ant's a big fan of
them.
The
thing is, the first thing I knew, I'm sitting in my living room chair, and then the guy comes through the window on the second story. And
no alarm?
No, well, the second story was open. We were in the house.
No alarm?
Yeah, but you don't have an alarm on while you're walking through your house.
Of course you do.
Oh, well, I didn't.
No guns?
Right, no guns.
Everywhere?
No. So the guy put the machete. I was just sitting around in my underwear. He's there with the knife to me throat going, get me your car keys, get me your car keys. And I'm like, look, man, every morning it takes me a little while to find them. Like, you know, when there's a machete to my throat. Let me rummage for a moment.
Yeah, when my grandparents lived in Mexico City.
I mean, what am I capable of? I'd like to think that I'm a nice person, but I don't know, man. A lot of it is context. There's a lot of things I wonder if the world was different. Like if murder was legal, I might have killed a few people. I don't know. I'd love to think, oh, I would never do that. But we really need the law against murder. For one simple reason. The law against murder is the number one thing preventing murder. We'd like to think it's because, like, oh, I would never do that. No, it's because it really sucks getting caught murdering. A lot. If murder was legal, or just a misdemeanor, like you get a thing in the mail, ah, shit, they had a camera there. Oh, well. If murder was legal, there would be so much murder. Regular people would murder. Murderers would murder even more. And then really nice, sweet people would murder a few people. But nobody would murder no people. You wouldn't trust somebody who didn't murder. If murder was legal, you wouldn't like them. I never killed anybody. Okay, nice meeting you. Ugh. What a creep. I mean, not even a hooker. Live a life. What's wrong with that guy? He's like a Mormon or some shit. I hate those guys. I think he's nice. Shut up, Janet. It would just... If murder was legal, there would be a lot of murder. Children would behave very differently. Because mostly parents would be murdering their own kids. That's mostly what would happen if murder was legal. You'd be, you know, you go to a mall, there'd be like 8 different moms in the mall just, I told you to stop it! You didn't listen to me! You'd be stepping over dead kids. It'd be like a new problem. You have to clean up your kids when you kill them, because it's gross. It's bad for the environment. If you murder your child in a public place, please use one of the red bags that are in the dispensers every 3 feet of America. Put your murdered child in the red bag with a logo of a murdered kid on it. Next to the other logo that tells you not to let your alive kid play with a plastic bag because they might suffocate. In which case you could just leave them in the bag. That is a whole bunch of horrible thoughts right in a row. Right in a row. That is a compressed area of bad thought.
I was talking to my friend the other day about Jesus, Christ. And I don't remember why, but I happened to mention that Jesus was Jewish. And my friend said, he was? And I said, yeah, Jesus was Jewish. And he said, I don't think so. And I said, that's okay. It already all happened. Doesn't matter what you think. But he argued with me. He was like, dude, Jesus couldn't be Jewish. Think about it. I'm like, you fucking think about it, you idiot. What was he then? What was he, Presbyterian? What was he? Catholic? Okay, Jesus was Catholic. And he had a gold chain with a cross. And when they nailed him up, he was like, oh, that's why we have those. That finally makes sense. I didn't even know. Oh, fuck, that's me. I'm the little guy on it. Every religion has a strange story or a rule that doesn't make sense to me, you know? Like, every time there's a terrorist act, they always tell you on the news about how they believe they're all going to heaven, and every guy who does a jihad thing, and he gets 72 virgins. That's right, that's the story always. 72 virgins, which, first of all, who are those women? Who are the 72 virgins? Does God have to kill 72 nice girls? All right, ladies, the good news is you're going to heaven. The weird news... Or does God just make them fresh like farm-raised salmon? He just whips up 72 women. All right, nobody fuck these. I'm saving them for that guy. It's a weird concept. You get your own 72 virgins for all eternity. First of all, they're only virgins when you first get them. Once you start fucking them, it's over. After a week, he's like, I only have 3 left. And 69 whores. That has to be one of the more confusing moments in God's life, when he's handing off 72 virgins to some guy who just blew up a bus in Tel Aviv. And he's like, all right, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even know anymore. I need a drink. My wife and I, we've been married for about 9 years now, so we're almost done. And after 9 years and 2 kids, you start looking at each other like, no, no, I'm not gonna just keep doing this. Who would do that? We went to therapy for a while, and the therapist was like, one day he goes, you should go on a date. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going. I did go on a date with my wife, and I don't think I'm gonna call her again. It wasn't really fun. Some things do get easier as you've been married for a while. You start to understand each other better, and you start looking at yourself more. You spend a lot of your marriage looking at the other person and trying to change them or figure them out. Then you start realizing what you're bringing to the table, and you blame them less for shit, you know? Like, my wife will never fuck me again. I know that now. But I just feel differently about it. I used to get mad. I used to be like, she hasn't fucked me in months. How could she do that to me? Now I look at myself, and I'm like, how did she fuck me for years? She fucked me for years. She couldn't possibly have enjoyed most of those fucks. Which means she took about 500 for the team. You gotta respect that shit. I think it's hard for women to have sex if they don't feel like it. It's not a skill they have generally. Men have it, that's just different. We have different sexual skills. Men can fuck whatever, we don't care. We'll fuck you if we don't like you, everybody knows that. But we'll fuck you even if we don't feel like fucking you. Even if we're not hard. Like, I'll fuck you, give me a second, I'll find a way. We don't care. We'll fuck things. We'll fuck a rusty keyhole nailed to a donkey's ass. We don't give a shit. We are jizz on demand. We just we don't care. Women have another skill, which is that they can decide whether or not to have sex with their minds, which is amazing to me. A woman can decide not to fuck in the middle of fucking. That is so weird to me, that they can just stop because of some other shit that distracted them. If I'm fucking you, you could show me a picture of you cutting my mom's head off. And I'll be like, whoa. As soon as I come, we're gonna have a talk about that picture. That's really...
The tweets about Louis.
Yes.
That was
Who?
Louis Katz? Can you? I literally didn't know about it until the next day because I've taken Twitter off my phone, and
Yes,
I
me
saw
too.
one.
Have you?
Were you getting flack for that, or can you walk us through like just what happened there with your thinking? Was it?
Well, I think we all want Louis to talk about what he's going through in a way that is, inward searching, lets us know what he makes of it all, because there's so much to say about it. And that's, when someone says, I'm going to go away and try to think about this. I didn't look at it in the right way before. So when they return and they don't say a word about it, that's kind of weird, because that's what we were hoping that you would do, is say, hey, I kind of get it now. I'm trying to do right by these people. I'm trying to evolve as a person. So he's not saying that at all. Mm-hmm. He's just punching down at, kids who got shot at or whose friends died. And you go, what's really what's your angle here if you're making fun of trans people? And I just thought to myself, I know we all talk about everything. You do it all the time. I've never watched you and thought like, oh God, but if you're the guy trying to say to the
You didn't
world,
see the new special?
I hurt people and I get it. I get it. Your comeback material shouldn't be mocking kids whose friends were murdered. We all looked up to him. He inspired us. He pushed us to work harder. He pushed us to think deeper. He represented something to people. And so when you come back from hurting people and what you're talking about on stage just hurts other people, we're allowed to say publicly,
oh, he's still hurting.
This is kind of
How come no
we're
one
allowed
said-
to, we're allowed to. I mean, he doesn't have a right to not be criticized. It's not like he's in a bubble and we're supposed to be secretive about his act. He's on a public stage. He's getting paid, and so the opposite could be that you go, well, I'm just not going to say anything. But somewhere out there, and I know this is something that like a lot of comedians don't care about, somewhere out there are kids whose friends are dead. And they're trying to get over it. And this guy they probably used to really look up to saying, you're not interesting.
But that's...
And it's helpful to them for someone to go, you know what, that. I don't agree with what he's saying. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Louis should keep working on his act. But that crowd is kissing his ass so hard. And so much of that material is so weak and from such a demented point of view that why shouldn't he hear from certain people like, hey, Louis, you're kind of out of tune right now. And maybe it helps Louis for somebody other than that crowd to go. And so it's not abstract. You're talking comedy theory. There are people, this isn't like, like a vague joke. He's talking about people whose names we know. We know Cameron and David and Emma. We know who they are. So give them a break. At some point, I choose being a human being over like comedy theory. We could talk about everything. We're working on shit. Maybe tomorrow the bit will get better. That's fine. But those kids are reading all about this guy they probably looked up to.
Sure, but
so
that's
someone
not
should
his
go, you know what? I got
responsibility.
your back on this. I want you guys to get better.
So what other jokes should people like this? Now you're getting into an area of, because there are, of course, it was a real tragedy. No one's denying it was horrible or that it was disgusting what happened or the gun violence. Yeah, that's all very accurate. But I know people that have put guns in their own mouths. So should I not make fun of suicide?
Yeah,
so
right.
when you do a joke, you're only worried about the people who might be affected by the joke. That narrows our corridor a lot.
But should I tweet, hey guys, I think Louis is going to adjust his angle, so don't worry about the fact that even though you almost died, he says you're uninteresting.
No. But let me ask you, when you do a movie, and I know you improv a lot in film, you like, which is great because you allow people to improv.
Sure.
Would you want all of those dailies released as the finished product? Like, for instance, I'm sure people have said things, whether it was on the set or in a film, improving, because you allow that were tasteless or that were rude or that didn't work in the scene. Would you want all that to come out and have your final product judged on these moments that may or may not have made the final cut? This is a work in progress.
I know. But you could say that forever. We all work on our acts for a decade. But he is in a public place. He is being paid.
But that's why I don't think it's about the material.
But it was illegally uploaded. It was not meant to be.
Well,
My favorite sex position. My favorite sexual position is reverse cowgirl, but I'm on top. Are you picturing it? It's good. It's really good. Nobody gets pregnant. It's a lot of fun. I'm trying to learn things about myself. I got a scale for my bathroom. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm just interested in the data. And I did learn something. I learned this because I weigh myself every night before I go to bed. And then I also weigh myself in the morning when I get up. And here's what I learned. I weigh 2 pounds less every morning than when I went to bed. And I found out why. It's because I shit in my bed every night. I do. I take a full 2-pound dump in bed. And then I turn out the lights and I go to sleep. Because I don't want to sleep alone. Your needs change when you get older. At my age, a big pile of shit's as good as anybody.
I mean, John Legend is distancing himself from me and buying more Christmas sweaters in the middle of spring also. So I'm not saying that, they're making the right decisions. She's being influenced, but I guarantee you what's not finna happen, we not finna see her in one of them John Legend Christmas sweaters no time soon.
But do you talk to her? Are you still in touch with each other?
Wait a second, don't you think it's like funny to like make a joke out of stuff sometimes? Don't you think like God has a sense of humor?
Of course.
But watch this. God, when I got married, I bought this house. I I did this tour and spent all the money I had on this house to like surprise Kim and give her this house that she wanted, that Lisa Marie Presley used to own. And then I got the house, and then I put all this money into renovation. And then there goes the neighborhood. Drake moves down the street 5 blocks. And that's when I knew God was funny. But watch, this is where God is even funnier. Here goes like Louis C.K. Part 2 level, because Louis C.K. is the funniest man alive. Uncancel him now, right? So and he was funnier before he's canceled because all he would do is type of jokes that you'd get canceled on, right? So
There's no opening act. Fuck it. Let's start. Let's just start. Get your seats. Get your beers. Everybody, go ahead. Sit down. Kill the house lights. Let's just start. Let's just start a show. There's no point in screwing around. I'll do all the announcements that you would have heard. Please turn off your cell phones. I mean, you can take pictures, but turn off the flash. That's stupid because it's not. Like when you're watching the World Series and there's all like that, like your flash is lighting Yankee Stadium. Just leave your flash off. If you don't yell out during the show. If you have something you want to say to me, totally. This is what we do. We write it down, and then you go outside in the lobby, and then you go home and you kill yourself because. That's selfish. This is a rhetorical performance. It's got nothing to do with you. Don't text or Twitter during the show. Just live your life. Don't keep telling people what you're doing. Just because also, it lights up your big dumb face. It lights it up. I see this beautiful sea of darkness and then just one guy. So don't do that. What else? No Jews. I think they said that earlier, but they told me I have to say it. Jews aren't allowed. If you're Jewish, this is a good time to go. If you see somebody kind of Jewy looking, then please tell an usher, and they will. Sir, come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Hi. It's nice to see you.
It's nice. Let's talk about some shit. I always want to start conversations that way. Just get right to the talking. Let's talk about some shit. It's always disappointing to me when people talk about the weather, because that means you didn't really want to talk about anything. You know, like I was in my elevator today. I got in my elevator, and one of my neighbors got on. I don't know his name. I'll die not knowing his name. But we're on the elevator, so we look at each other, and there's that moment. And there's always that moment where, like, maybe something could happen. There's a little potential in that moment. And you wait, and you go, it's cold. Fuck, nothing happened. Like, you cop out. And you just say meaningless shit. You have a competition of how stupid you can be. Oh, I can't believe 8 months ago it was 50 degrees out. But what if you didn't do that? What if you didn't cop out? What if you just let the moment linger? Don't go to the weather and just maybe you could have a real moment. You just stand there, look at each other. I haven't talked to my dad in 8 years. Thank you. Thank you. Sit down, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks. Nice to, all right, nice to see you all. Thanks for coming. I've been thinking about you all day. How are you? How was your last couple of years? How was 2018 and 19 for you guys? Anybody else get in global amounts of trouble? Anybody else? Fuck. That was crazy. Man, I was in a lot of trouble. Wait till they see those pictures of me in blackface. That's gonna make it a lot worse. Because there's a lot of those. There's thousands of pictures of me in blackface. I can't stop doing it. I like it. I like how it feels. Fuck, man, that was... You know what? I learned a lot. I learned how to eat alone in a restaurant with people giving me the finger from across the room. When you get in trouble, you learn who your real friends are. It's true. People like saying that like that's a good thing. Who the fuck wants to know who their real friends are? You don't want to know that, believe me. You don't want to know. It's never who you want it to be. It's not your cool friends, and it's not your fun friends. It's your real friends. I'm here for you. I fucking know that. I have this friend, she's the best person I know, but I sometimes want to punch her in the face because she's so nice. Because I'm not a good person. Like, I'll tell her something I'm having problems with, and she'll say, I'm gonna pray on that for you. I have a feeling when she prays, God's like, ugh. Fuck. This one makes me want to get out of the business. Just a couple more little things. I'll tell you, I was talking about being sick, and I remember one time I had a stomach flu. It's the worst thing that ever happened to me. I don't know if you've ever had a stomach flu where your stomach just felt like knives, and I was just laying in bed like, and my wife's like, fuck you. And I had to amp up how sick I am to get any sympathy. I was like, I think this is serious. I might have internal bleeding right now. I actually said that. And she's like, well, then go to the hospital. That's how much she loves me. Just then go to the hospital. If you're that sick, go to the hospital. Otherwise, get the fuck up and help me with the kids. So I went to the hospital. This is a true story. I drove myself to the hospital on the whole way there. I'm like, I hope I have cancer. I want cancer so I can shove it up her ass. Please give me cancer. And I get to the hospital, and then I feel stupid. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like, I have a stomach ache. And they go, well, just come see the doctor. So I see the doctor, and she goes, how bad is the pain between 1 and 10? I'm like, fucking 10. Who doesn't say 10? Who goes like, you know what, 3, I'm fine, I'll go home. 10, I want drugs. I ran out of the Percocet I stole from my wife when she had the first baby. I need new drugs. So the doctor goes, well, that's really bad. You must have really violent spasms. So she gave me opiate suppositories, which is really a huge dilemma. Because I like opium. Who doesn't? It's perfect. But you have to put it in your own asshole. And I'm not a person that can just pop shit in my ass. I just can't do it. I wanted to like hire a dude to just grab me and shove it in my ass like when I wouldn't know when it would happen. Because I just freaked out. Like, I'm in my bathroom with my pants down, and I have this little thing, and they're designed to go nicely into a person's asshole. There's a whole lab where they're testing a bunch of, some dude starts with something like this. Oh, no, that's far too big. Well, this one, that has spikes. Why'd you do that? That's no good. Oh, that's nice. So that's the one I got. And I just have it pressed against gently my asshole, just touching it, and I'm having an anxiety attack. Just sweat pouring off my head. I'm like, fuck. Shit. Dude, just fucking do it. Come on. Don't be a faggot. Just shove it up your ass. Come on. Finally, I cram one in there, and holy shit, is that the greatest moment of my entire life. Because it's pure opiate pleasure that begins at your asshole. And it spreads from there, and it feels like your asshole is feeding you happiness. And you feel it melt, and you're like, oh, fuck, that's really good. Oh, shit, yeah. Okay, more things in my asshole, please. Yes, more things in my asshole forever. Oh, somebody just dip your dick in morphine and fuck me right now, please. I don't know. I like getting older, though. Life is an education, and if you're older, you're smarter. I just believe that. If you're in an argument with somebody and they're older than you should listen to them. It doesn't mean they're right. It means that even if they're wrong, their wrongness is rooted in more information than you have. They've been here longer. If you're older, you're smarter. How many people here by applause are 45 or older? 45 or older, applaud. Okay? That's about 60 people out of 2,400. Here's the interesting thing. There's way more. I can see you. There's so many more. This is Arizona. There are way more people in that demographic, but they didn't clap. Why? Because they're smart. They're sitting in the dark going, I don't have to clap. I don't have to do anything. They're not doing it. And they're right. You know why? Because never identify yourself. Never. Are you crazy? You don't know why I'm asking. How do you know what okay, burn them all. Burn everybody over 45. How do you know I'm not going to do that? How many people here by applause are 40 or younger? 40 or younger, applaud. That's every time. Woo! Woo! Every time. That is a weird thing to celebrate in a room where you're not the only people here. That's like going to a cancer ward. Not me. Woo! I don't have it.
I don't have it. If you're older, you're smarter. A 55-year-old garbage man is 1,000,000 times smarter than a 28-year-old with 3 PhDs. Especially smarter than him. Because this idiot has been thinking about 3 things for like 15 years. He's worthless. The garbage man is 55. He's had some experience. Things have happened to him. He went to Cape Cod one summer. He saw a dead guy floating in the motel pool. He took a bus to Montreal. He got a hand job at a fair from a miner. I mean a miner. Not a minor, a miner. You understand? A miner. A grown man who works in a mine with dirty hands jacked him off at a county fair. That's what I'm saying happened to the 55-year-old. You see? He's had some experience. He knows more. More has happened to him. He's seen more. He's seen history. He's witnessed history, even if it's not ancient history. He saw Nixon resign on live television. Me and those few people that clapped, we saw the President of America cry and then quit being the president. That shit was crazy. Because none of us knew what was going to happen next. Today, people like, the president's kind of disappointing. Really? Our president wept like an insane person and then got in a helicopter and flew away. And the whole nation just watched him go.
Why? Because my parents didn't raise me right. They didn't even try. Why? Because they just had sex in a car, and here I am, and they've just been waiting for me to get out of their lives. I'm only stopping to be polite. It goes on for hours. Hours. It gets so abstract. She's like, why? Well, because some things are, and some things are not. Why? Because things that are not can't be. Why? Because then nothing would be aren't. There wouldn't be any not things. Why? Eat your fucking fries. Shut the fuck up and eat your fries. Fucking little motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Nah, she talks, man. They talk, and you have to say shit back. You can't just go, Papa, look at the bird. And you can't just go. I always want to do that. Like, she says really weird shit sometimes. The other day she said to me, Indian beauty. I was like, what? Indian beauty. I was like, what does that mean? Indian beauty. Yeah, but what do you mean by that? She just looks at me and I go, yeah, don't talk unless you have a sentence to say, all right? Because that's a huge waste of my fucking time. Jesus Christ. Like the other day, she wants to say, excuse me. She says, accuse me. Like, that's not even close to meaning the same thing. All right? Accuse you of what? That you don't know how to fucking talk? Yeah. Yeah, you don't. Fucking shut it till it works, all right? Fucking kid is full of shit. Her favorite song is the alphabet song, right? That's what I call it, the alphabet song. You know what she calls it? The name of the song is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. She says, I want to sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, well, now let's not sing it, because you fucking ruined it for whoever's listening. That's not the title of the song, you fucking idiot. That's the fucking song. Jesus, motherfucking Christ. Anyway, so that's my kid. I know I'm going to hell, but so is every other parent, because you're all the same. It's fucking horrible. Hell is an interesting thought, though. What is hell really like? I always wonder, is there like a schedule in hell? Like they tell you first, okay, you go in that room, and then some monster fucks you up the ass for 1,000 years. Then you come out and you're like, woo! Woo! Man, that was, like, don't go in there again. Whoa! To the next person, if I were you, I'd, And they go, all right, now you're scheduled to go in there. You go in there and they rip off your head. They always show, like in these pictures, they rip off your head, but then they got to sew it back on so they can keep fucking with you. Like they rip it off, and, all right, put them back together, because otherwise you can't torture them anymore. And then, but what if you're in hell and you're not sure what's next? Like they go, just go wait over there for a minute. And you're waiting like in a hallway in hell, and some demon comes up to you. Come over here, you suck my dick. Now you're blowing this demon and you're in hell and it's awful. And he comes in your face, runs away laughing, whatever. But what if after you blow that demon, some guy in charge of hell walks up and he goes, you didn't have to blow that guy. He just hangs out here. He's not part of your damnation or anything. What did you blow him for? He said, suck my dick, so say no. What are you, pussy? Jesus, man, stick up for yourself. Fucking loser. He blew Joey. Do you believe this guy? Sorry, I gotta go. I was walking past a yoga spinning fucking people place. And the door was open, and I look inside, and this guy's standing in front of a class, and he's just going like this. And he's going, come on, do it, come on. And everybody, all strangers that don't know each other, are going like this. And he's going, come on, all right, come on. And I thought, what fucking power this guy has. I wish I had that power over people. Even without the conceit of a class. Wouldn't it be great to be able to do that, like in an airport? A bunch of people waiting at a gate for a plane. It's like, come on, everybody do this. I'm like, oh, fuck, all right, Jesus, why am I going to have to do this? It's bullshit, I'm late, and I got to fucking do this. Come on, you two, come on! I actually took a yoga class, and it was great. It's amazing the shit they get you to do that you didn't know you could do. I was doing stuff I had no idea I was capable of, like sucking two penises at the same time. I didn't think I could do that. Mine and his. How did it's actually that flexible, I could sword fight in my own mouth. All right. Good night. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the show. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming, guys.
I mean, sometimes you see a person on the street who's in a state of life that you couldn't imagine having the courage to live. You ever seen somebody? You ever seen a person and you look at them and you go, I would just kill myself if I woke up like that. I would just kill myself. I don't have the courage. And it's a comment on me, not them. I couldn't live like that. I get to go like this. And if I had to go like this, I'd blow my brains out. I can't do it. I have only the courage for a perfect life. I really do. Anything below perfect, I ain't doing it. I ain't being one of those guys. I don't even want to be cold in the winter. You know when you see somebody, they just have a flannel shirt without a jacket, and they're just being cold and their face is purple in spots? Couldn't do it. I saw an old lady I couldn't be. I was walking behind this lady. That's a weird sentence. I saw an old lady that I couldn't be. I was walking behind her, and she had just a spine that was just dog shit. Her spine sucked ass. I'm saying this as her friend. Her spine sucked dick. She's just one of these people. And she's walking in front of me like this. And she had a collar on her shirt that was very high. And so I couldn't even see her head. Looked like she had no head. Just like this with no head.
And I remember, first thing I thought was her doctor's an asshole. Because he could have told her. He could have said to her, listen, just so you know, now that you're like this, if you wear a high collar, it's spooky for people behind you. It's spooky from the back, sad from the front, and kind of funny from the side. I have 2 kids. I try to be a better person around my kids. I really do. I try to change my behavior around them. Like, I have rules in my house. They all apply to me. Like, I have a rule that I don't curse around my kids. It's a rule. It does happen. You know, sometimes you have a stressful moment and you're with your kids, so you say something by mistake. Like, one time I was making dinner for my kids, and I gave my daughter a bowl of soup, and I said, here's your fucking soup. But, you can see how that was a tough situation. You're supposed to teach your kids right from wrong. I don't know, it's confusing, you know? Some people raise their kids religiously, and that kind of covers it. They kind of go, all this, do that. I'm not raising my kids religiously because I don't feel like it. Just get up on a Sunday. Fuck that. Fuck that. Let your souls rot, kids. I don't care. I'm not getting... Daddy, who... But my kids, you know, they're living in the world, and there's a lot of religion in the world, so you do have to teach your kids, if you're not raising them religiously, you do have to teach them about religion, you know? I always tell my kids the same thing. I tell them that there are many religions in the world, and they're all equal, but the Christians are the main one. That's what I tell them. The Christians won. They're the winners, so act accordingly. Congratulate Christians when you meet them, because they won the world. And it's true. It's true. We love to tell ourselves, like, every religion is exactly... No, they're not. The Christians won everything a long time ago. If you don't believe me, let me ask you a question. What year is it? I mean, come on. What year is it according to the entire human race? And why? What year is it? Anybody, sir, just yell out the year. Thank you. 2016. No, it's 20. That's right. It's 2017. What is that? That's a important number, because we're counting to it in unison as a species. For thousands of years, we've been going 1, 2, 3. Come on, everybody. 4. And now, come on, Africa. 5, 6. What is this number? We're counting the days since what? Since there was ever people, or since the sun did a something? Not at all. It's been 2017 years since what? Anybody, yell it out. Yes, Christ! Christ! That's right. It's been 2017 years since Christ Jesus. We are counting the days since Jesus together. Which makes sense if you're Christian, but what the fuck are the rest of us doing? Jesus was here. Everybody, scientists, historians. Jesus. Jesus. Jesus plus 2. Jesus plus 3. Jesus plus 4. Jesus plus 2017 years, 4 months, and 3 days is when your license expires. How is that
that not a win for the Christians? How is that not a complete win? That's not a Monday off in October. That's there was no time before Jesus. And the whole world's like, okay, sure. And then somebody was like, what about the years before him? There were billions, I mean, infinity. Those go backwards. You want us to measure most of history backwards? To accommodate one religion? Uh-huh. All right, we'll do it. It's fine. We'll do it. Watch New Year's Eve around the world. They always show you like how every country celebrates. It's kind of cool. The first is one little island. It's the first place that's actually the place that it's the year. It's a little island in the Pacific. I don't forget what it's called, but the people, they do a little ceremony for New Year's Eve every year, and they just wear grass because they don't even have sticks yet. They're in the grass age. They have no clocks, but they do a dance. 2017. And it goes around the world. Oh, it's 2017. Death to all Christians in 2017. The Jews are quietly keeping track. It's really 5,766, but that's for us. We're just, that's okay. We're just keeping track for when you snap out of it. It's all right. I'll write yours on my check. I don't want a problem. What about Chinese New Year? Yeah, what about Chinese? All right. Next time you're doing your taxes, just write monkey where the year goes. Just put monkey. See what happens to your funds. No, it's 2017, year of our Lord. Jesus-y a clock on the nose. And they made it up. That's the weirdest part, is they got to rename years that had already taken place. Because you know that's not what those years were. You know that, right? That the year 3 wasn't the year 3 during the year 3. Nobody was walking around back then. Hey, what year is it? It's 3. Yeah, but I'm 28. How can I be 28? There's only been 3. Well, see, you were born in BC 24, and there's a 0. Remember it went backwards? Oh, shit, that was stressful. I hated those years. What was that like? What year is it? 10. Gonna happen! So I don't know what to tell my kids. My kids are, they wanted a dog, so I got them a dog. I got them a dog this year, which was a mistake. I shouldn't have gotten the dog. Because we rescued a dog. We got we adopt. Yes, you must, yes, always rescue. If you get a dog, get a rescue dog. Don't get a puppy from those horrible people who professionally raise dogs carefully. No. You need to just get a mystery dog that's been beaten and abused and traumatized on the streets of Puerto Rico and can't talk about it to anyone now. They never know. Do you know anything about the dog? She's afraid of pennies. So we think maybe somebody's been throwing handfuls of pennies at her face. But otherwise, no. So you take this random dog and just put it in your house with your family and watch their personality unfold. This dog is insane. I'll walk into the kitchen and the dog's just standing there alone like this. Like, you all right? Are you all right? My kids are terrified of the dog. My daughter goes to pet the dog goes like this. She's like, should I pet her? I don't think you should ever pet our dog, honey. So I took her to the vet. I took the dog to the vet to ask her what to do, and the vet said, listen, I think there's something you should seriously consider. I was like, please be saying to kill this dog. Please be a doctor that says the dog dies now. But she didn't. She said, I think you should consider Prozac for the dog. I was like, really? She said, yeah, it works. Calms the dog right down. But it's a big decision, and you should think about it. I said, put 4 in her asshole right now. What do I have to think about? I don't give a shit what she's experiencing. Fucking fix it. Give her heroin. Shoot her up. Come on, puppy. Wow, your dog is really chill. Yeah. It only costs $400 a day to keep her like that. I didn't always feel this way. I used to love animals. I used to worry about animals. Just animals. When I was like 20, are all the doggies okay everywhere? I certainly hope so. But I'm 49 and I got 2 kids now. You know what happens? Your circle of concern tightens. I have 4 nephews. I don't love any of them. Fuck a dog. You know those ads, like the PSA on television about abused animals? They show you a dog with like an empty socket, and he's like, ooh. They're always wet. I feel like they hose them down before they film them. Ooh. And the voice comes on, look at these dogs. Please send us money so that this can stop. Are you beating up the dogs? How's my money fixing that? You ever seen that PSA where they show you a really sad man? He's very upset, very sad man. He's holding a little sign, and it says, yeah, sure. And he says, this is the text that killed my daughter. Because somebody texted, yeah, sure, and ran over his kid, which is awful. Although maybe they were responding to a text that said, can you please kill that kid? And so they just wrote back and did it.
Dramatic music. You'll see my name come up for just a second at first. You'll hear the HBO guy going, coming soon on HBO. And you'll hear the sound like a jet engine, like, and then you'll see me like in a suit I would never wear. And then I have like a solid gold microphone. Why? And the camera's spinning around me, and I spin the microphone, and the guy says, a stand-up comedy event like no one has ever seen. And my name comes up in big letters like, boom, like that. And then I'm walking in slow motion towards the stage, and light bulbs are going boom, 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 boom. And then you hear the guy say something like, the greatest comedy of the generation of blah, blah, ever to do a thing on a thing. The greatest comedy of the generation of blah, blah, ever to do a thing on a thing. And then the guy says my name for the first time. He says, Louis C.K. And then I come out, and there's a just crazy, enormous crowd. Louis C.K. HBO. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. But really, it's just going to be me standing here telling jokes to whoever shows up. It's not a big deal. Louis C.K.